Hey everybody, it's Murgle, and today I'm going to talk about item level scaling. I wasn't initially going to, but a friend brought it up, and I figured I'd talk about it. And what it is creatures now scale with your item level. I can see them probably removing this because it was taken very poorly by the community, and it was also implemented very, very badly. So what this is like I say, monster scale with your item level. So we see a Toiling Collector here. He has 1185 million. So 1.185 million. And if we take off a piece of gear, any gear really, it's, whoops, just toss it off. He's going to drop down, maybe, to 1039. This is the base. He can't go any lower than that, but he can only go up as I equip more gear. So 1.818 million at my max gear. I'm only 877 though, since I haven't done a lot of raiding recently, so my gear is outdated. People that are in current gear though, their item levels are in like the 890 to 900 range. And currently at those item levels, it is actually more efficient to just take off a piece of gear, let's say a ring, because rings aren't all that important, throw off a ring, and you will be better off killing monsters. Because look, if I take off a ring, he loses 150k HP. 150k. Now, most of my hits are, in the 200k, 100k range. Like if I just do a normal Demon Bolt, one of my most important attacks, that's 50k damage. If I were just killing monsters with Demon Bolt, for example, and that was the only ability I was using, I have to use 3 less Demon Bolts if I just take off my ring. Right? And I can tell you my ring is not adding that much to the Demon Bolt, right? It's effectively the same amount if I don't have the ring on. Ring just adds a few of the extra stats, since it's not adding an intellect, so my damage isn't increased, just I hit a little bit faster because I have haste or crit or whatever. So that's the point. The people at the higher item levels can effectively kill stuff faster by removing gear, which that's a poor mechanic if that's how it's implemented in the game. Because I take my ring off, and look, my damage is not in any way affected. I'm still hitting the same amount, and that ring was not going to add enough to do 3 more attacks. Essentially, I'm not going to benefit wearing that ring if I can just remove it and do the same amount. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. And that's why the people are complaining, because I'm okay personally with the item level scaling. Even though they said they weren't going to do it, I'm okay with it because I do want content to be somewhat challenging. I want to feel like it's worth doing and difficult to do, and I have to try for it. But at the same time, I should be able to feel an effective matching. I shouldn't feel like me removing gear is going to give me a benefit than somebody who just throws on all their pieces of gear. And I was comparing their damage. The damage wasn't all that much. I didn't notice any real difference in their hits. Like, maybe he's doing 1k more damage on average when I had it off and on. So damage-wise, I didn't notice it. Maybe that's really noticeable at the higher item levels, but I'm not positive on that one. However, in terms of my DPS towards the monsters, it is very noticeable even at 877. So I imagine somebody who's like in the 900 range, these guys probably have 1.4 million or higher HP, and you could still remove just 1 ring and probably they drop down to their base amount, and that is a poor implementation. Now again, I don't know how Blizzard is going to handle this. It's been very, very negatively taken by the community, because it wasn't mentioned at all in the patch notes. They said they wouldn't add it ever and decided to do it anyways. But I feel like this is back to like Diablo, right? The whole dev team is pretty much based from Diablo, right? They came out of Diablo, and that's what it feels like. It's just like Torment levels. They want you to kill the same monster, but it's more challenging as your gear increases. You do harder levels. It's what it sounds like and it feels like, and that's what I'm getting, but they shouldn't have done it unexpectedly, and they shouldn't have messed it up to where the gear that you're receiving doesn't match the effectiveness of your killing rates. You know what I mean? Again, I didn't notice damage-wise any difference really, because you can look at the numbers. Like, this is when I wasn't wearing my ring, and then right here was when I was, so effectively the same hits I received roughly on average. And then I tried a little more. Wearing, wasn't wearing, around there. They're so close that I didn't notice. But yeah, strange mechanic. Poorly accepted by the community. A lot of people upset about this. I'm indifferent, but I'm cool. Like I said, I want the game to feel challenging, even at the content that is considered normal content. But at the same time, it shouldn't be more challenging to equip your gear than if you didn't. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching. Let me hear your thoughts, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.